And the streets is talking, man, and this shit with Brandon and Almighty Suspect is going too far. It looked like some changes have been made at No Jumper. It sounds like it after listening to a couple of things on the show today. Okay, it looked like Almighty Suspect has been fired, cast off, and to be honest with you, from looking at this shit, Almighty Suspect, he got what he deserved. The reason being, when shit first started, he didn't consider the fact that he was putting himself in jeopardy, putting his job on the line the way he was talking to Brandon. Okay? He was calling him a bitch, a motherfucker. He was calling him every nasty word, every disrespectful word a motherfucker could say to a nigga. But Brandon held his cool. He was like, I'm not here for that. I'm here to chill out and do this podcast and shit. Suspect was just running shit, just barking at him. I mean, like, damn, nigga, you really finna pound this nigga up? You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, yesterday was the tip of the iceberg when he pulled the knife, okay? Because, again, my question was, how the fuck you got a knife talking all this shit, right? But you got to take in consideration the fight that Suspect had with Lush. It looked like he didn't know how to fight. Okay, let's be honest, man. From a street perspective, Suspect looked like he didn't have no hands. And Lush is a pussy. We already know that. But it looked like Suspect hands was just terrible. In a real street fight, nigga, you gonna get pounded down. The way he was fighting, the way he fought, swinging like a bitch and shit. Hey, I'm just talking from a street perspective as far as his get down, his weak. So, and if Brandon is who he say he is with the ground and pound type of shit, MMA, we know which way this was gonna go. But Suspect kept egging. You a bitch, you a fat, you a dick lover, you watching nuts, you all this. Nigga, Brandon held his cool. Some niggas ain't gonna hold it down like that. They gonna rush that nigga and pound him out regardless. So Suspect was definitely in the wrong as far as we concerned, because nigga, you talking that shit and then you bring a fucking knife to your work spot, nigga? Was you scared from the get-go? Was you scared already, nigga? And see, that's another thing. Nobody from the staff went to Suspect and said, yo, do you know you putting your job on the line? And Suspect was so dumb and comfortable. He was like, motherfucker, I'm going raw with this shit. And his mouth was the only raw thing that was really going at it. Because his fight game don't look too sweet. It don't look like it's about what he say. And so, yesterday the shit came to the head, and when Brandon, he spit on this nigga, man. Nigga, he spit on this motherfucker. What was Brandon supposed to, that's it, nigga. What Suspect felt comfortable enough to spit on this man? Nigga, I'm gonna get you. You gonna pay for that. Off and on this motherfucker. If I ever get in hands reaching you, nigga, I'm pounding on you. You don't spit on no goddamn man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm talking about real life. Fuck this internet shit. I'm gonna get you, nigga. Brandon still held it down and held it cool. Shout out to Brandon for the shit. Fuck what he say, nigga. It's how he act. That's what I'm talking about. And I listened to this clip, and I'm gonna let y'all hear the whole clip, and I'm gonna dead this shit. But you get in the comment section and you tell me what the fuck you think. Shit, nigga.
Of course. Quirks. You know, like he turns everything into a history lesson. He strays too
about how he's not only that, then young Aunt Heffy's like, you know what?
Like, yo, if you did not attack me, you wouldn't be here, you ain't shit. And then he responded back with, well, if you acting right like a uncontrollable, I think he says like beta, then if that's what it took for me to be here, then like so be it. So I feel like it, and he was trying to do topics. y'all
No,
wanted
no.
have
Fuck
the
that.
back and forth.
Shut the fuck up. You're wrong.
Okay.
No, and this is the
But
issue.
that's what happened, though.
This I have a huge issue with what you just said. Trying to do topics, we literally had Sharp in the title. Torso Gate was part of the title. The first two topics on the screen said Sharp's name. We're trying to discuss it. I'm bringing, because it winds up becoming a random conversation about pimping and would you buy a bitch a purse and a bunch of random shit. Me, as the A mic on the show, doing what I'm supposed to do to clip farm, which is what we do, I go back to fucking Sharp. Because that's what he said. We ain't trying to talk about Sharp. You feel me? Like, nah, Les, you're not reading the room. I'm like, Dick, this is the fucking topic that's predetermined. So don't talk about how he's not only that, then Young and Hefe's like, you know what? Because like obviously it got redundant at a certain point. Young and Hefe's all, yeah, let's go to the next topic, Nipsey Hussle. So I go, okay, next topic is Nipsey Hussle. We gonna start discussing that. Then all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, I see what you're trying to do, Lush. You trying to like pit black men against each other. You trying to disgrace."
But he
Nipsey's
could think
legacy."
that certain topics is dumb and still want to talk about other topics. I'm saying at the 14
But he wasn't
minute,
discussing the fucking
at the
topics. You're
14-minute
mischaracterizing
Well,
what
that
happened.
is very bad podcasting. Like,
Thank
if there
you.
are topics to be
Thank you.
discussed,
Of course, sure.
they should
Sure.
be discussed.
Fucking common sense.
Give
Sure.
it 10 minutes. Because like rejecting topics
Yeah,
and
of course.
acting like you're too good to talk about them or
No,
whatever,
and-
I'm anti that.
And it wasn't even rejecting topics. It would get discussed for a minute, and then he would be, before he actually gets to like actual points being made, he's like, "This is fucked up. You see how these white people do? Lush, you putting everyone in a trick bag. A, I didn't fucking choose the topic.
But at the
B,
14 minute
I didn't choose to go to that topic next.
To state
C,
the obvious, Brandon does have some annoying podcasting
Of course.
quirks.
Of
You know,
course,
like
of
he
course.
turns everything into a history lesson. He strays too far. He makes a million points at the same time. There's obvious things that he needs to work on to be a great podcaster long term. And staying on topic is for sure one of his issues. That being said, you just can't compare those things to physical violence.
No, we're not. But I'm also not going
Well,
to
he
allow
wa-
Flacco to mischaracterize shit and
Okay,
be like,
okay,
he
wait
was
though.
trying to do the topics.
Okay.
He came here
Wait, though.
with pure innocence.
Let's talk about it though. At the 11-minute mark is when the white man assist shit happened. At the 14-minute and 27-second mark is when he said, "Listen, this back and forth is happening. I don't want to go back and forth with sus. Let's just move on to the topics." And y'all didn't do a good enough job at transitioning to the topics right when that happened. Y'all sort of egged it on some more and had to go back and forth. And I'm saying it should have been hey, bro, you want to move on? Let's move on to the topics. But y'all egged it on. Even at like the 4-hour mark, right? When it got like, right? And you said, well, okay, well, suspect, like, and like you asked me, yo, like, what exactly made you want to do it? I'm like, bro, they already got over like their back and forth. Why even ask him, yo, right? Like, what made you want to like do this like podcast, right? I felt like we should kind of like just stayed away from like the Brandon and Sus topic after the 4-hour mark.
Fair point. But to both of those, you made two. The first point you made, I definitely could see why people would think, okay, we should have gone to the topics quicker at that point. However, keep in mind, and I will take responsibility. There's clearly gonna be an energy between Brandon and myself as far as back and forth. So I'm leaning a little bit towards not, like I said earlier, not looking like a bitch, because I made I made a resolution to myself that no more markouts. Nobody is gonna mark me out. It's happened far too many times. You
Like
feel
was
me?
the last one that marked you out, huh?
My asshole is so wide that I don't even fart when I shit. I've been marked out so many times on this podcast, so it's not happening anymore. I'm getting
Right?
So the poop just
metaphorically,
falls out of you?
it just falls. I'm getting vaginal rejuvenation surgery, so I can't allow this to get
You mean anal rejuvenation?
whatever you want to call it.
I heard in Africa they put like gasoline inside their vaginas.
It might be an advanced technique for all we know.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT about it.
Yeah, please.
Anyway, I just want to say, much respect to Suspect. I'm not gonna get on here and diss him or have anything negative to say about him, but after last night, to me, it's just clear as day. This was a decision that we had to make. So
Now, okay, and I feel that. And to your second point, though, Flacco, the reason why I was trying to have a full circle moment. I thought that we had survived and weathered the storm by that point. Now let's reanalyze why this started and how silly it is and how great it is, this triumphant moment for Suspect. Because the whole reason when Brandon called for this on our debate, this whole thing started with Brandon's idea in our debate. We're gonna do we're gonna do Brandon and LBC Messiah and Viral Way versus Lush and Almighty Suspect. That was the original concept. That's what I brought. That's what I don't think so at all.
they didn't really get involved.
Debate what though? Again, like what are you?
There was a few
Suspect-
different topics that were discussed.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could have been
Gangs.
discussed. Like, well, in me versus Brandon went great, and the numbers are pretty good too. You
Well,
feel me?
you
Like,
and Suspect have but Suspect and Viraway, they have, I guess, like similar views on gangbanging. Brandon and you probably have similar views on gang. So like, I guess I don't see like the logic. Between
no,
you,
well, so if
Hold up. Shut the fuck up. I heard enough. Heard enough of this shit. So, y'all heard the shit. Get in the comment section. Tell me what the hell you think. Should Suspect be fired for this bullshit? And if he is, good riddance? Because the nigga wasn't bringing no spark to the goddamn spot any goddamn way as far as I'm concerned. Brandon's a better podcaster. He's more mature and he's more articulate with what he's saying. You know, it's time to cut all this gangbanging shit out, man. Let's get down to some podcasting. But then again, it was built on that. So what can I say? You know what I'm saying? This is just a modern day Vlad TV, as far if you ask me. But I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard shit from me. But listen, I'm not gonna post the bullshit about Tory Lanez getting stabbed up. The video's out. Go over to Chinks TV and watch his shit. I'm not posting. I just don't see it. I'm done with that shit. Anyway, we out. Fuck this. The streets is talking.